What's up, my people? It's your boy, Mr. Retro Reviews here, and we're gonna be kicking off 2024 with the MezcoToyz Hellboy figure. Now, I've been playing the new Hellboy game that dropped, 2-3 months ago. Hellboy, Web of Wired. I don't know how to pronounce that word. It's WYRD, and that has got me in the Hellboy era, so to speak. And I was gonna buy the 2019 Hellboy figure from the 112 collective line, and then that's when I came across this line of the Hellboy comic book figures. And so this one, please do not have a heart attack when I say this price. This one costed me about 150 bucks. Yes, I said it, 150 bucks. But considering I was able to put this on a payment plan, I was like, you know what? Whatever, I'm just gonna pay the $35 down to start the payment plan and then just pay this off over time. So it's not that damaging. I have a somewhat steady income, I guess I could say. But uh now we're here. So with this being the first pickup of that MezcoToyz line, I have been inclined to pick up the other figures, whether they are mint in box or loose. It looks like I'm gonna have to resort to mint in box because some of the figures that are loose, they don't come with all their accessories, and I want all of their accessories because the accessories that they have, they display their powers, and it just makes for a cool display option for when I put them up on the shelf. And so yeah, I can't wait to dive into a line where I'm gonna toss in more of my coins. And the funny part is I haven't even started G.I. Joe Classified. Ooh, and I recently hopped into the Street Fighter line from Jada Toys, and I see that Mega Man is out now, and there's the Mayfex Hush lineup that I'm also am getting into. Then I'm starting to pick up with Legends again, McFarlane DC Multiverse. There's a bunch of stuff, okay? Overall, there's just a bunch of stuff. But enough rambling. We're here to talk about this holy grail piece of a figure. Now, this is such an excellent piece, especially given the time that it was released. Let me inspect the bottom of the foot. 2005. This figure came out in 2005. 2 years after I was born. Yes, I was born in 2003. So this piece must have been very popular way before I even grew up and knew what Hellboy even was. I remember being in love with I remember being in love with the first movie. Then Golden Army came out. Love Golden Army. I wish we would have got a third movie to complete the trilogy, but I don't think we ever got a third movie. And that's when the 2019 movie came out. I don't know if it's a continuation of the first two movies. I never watched it. But I just know that old bro who played Red in the original first two movies, he didn't come back to reprise the role in this 2019 film. Unfortunately, I wish he would have. And yeah, this line is jam packed with a bunch of characters. We got Liz, we got Cross, Abe Sapien, and I think Abe is gonna be like one of those figures that's gonna be hard for me to pick up because he was a San Diego Comic Con exclusive. So unless I can put him on a payment plan too after I finish paying this off, then I'm gonna have to grind, bro. I'm gonna have to grind and somehow get that $200 to get Abe because I am very serious about this lineup. I think once I have all the figures or like the main characters or like the agents, it's going to look like a dope display. So let's actually take a look into this figure. We've been rambling on, well, I've been rambling on for about like 3 to 4 minutes now about Hellboy as a whole. So let's take a closer look at this figure. As you can see, he has tons of nice sculpt work, a bunch of cracks and whatnot in his skin. Actually, let's take a look at that face portrait. Let's see, can I get some focused on it? He is a pretty tall figure, so I think he's more so meant for like the 7-inch line, but look at that. The way that they captured Magnolia's art with this head sculpt is insane. You know, we got the sideburns right here that connects to the uh, bun that he has on the back. He has like the nice shaved down horns. He has that classic Hellboy snarl with the piercing white eyes, and then they outlined it with black, like how he's usually drawn in the comics, and it makes the yellow stand out a lot more. Then he has the nice chin hair. He does have actual arms, an actual body sculpt underneath the trench coat, and he has those comic book Hellboy proportions with the slanted down shoulders. And then he does have the right hand of Doom, nicely painted and sculpted. Looks very nice. Then on this hand, he does have his standard, you know, standard 5 fingers. Then, you know, there's more paintwork and sculpt underneath the sleeves. Now, the thing is about this trench coat is that I do believe that they must have put this on while they were assembling him, because the only way I have found a way to take the trench coat off is by taking this arm off at the bicep. And I'm not going to do that. That was a little bit too much work just to take off the coat, knowing that I will never take it off again. He has the logo nicely printed there on the sleeve. And overall, this is actual real material. It's very nice feeling, feels very high quality. We have a few strands of fabric here that I'm gonna have to probably clip. And then, as you can see, we have his nice belt, painted brown. It's either painted brown or molded in brown, and then you have the paint wash over it to make it stand out. Maybe some dry brushing. He has the red there on the belt. He has this nice gun here that is also painted very nice. Sorry for that jump cut, but like I said, he has his gun here that is also painted very nice. Then he has the crucifix right here with the actual like chain that is wrapped around his belt, and that is also painted. He has his shorts here, nicely painted also. It's probably painted black for the base and then dry brushed over with this lighter gray, or you know, charcoal black. Then we have the nice beige colored dual lines at the bottom of the shorts. You know, we have those blocky kneecaps with the boots, of course, sculpted and painted nice. One thing I love about this figure is the sculpt work of what we're seeing here. Then he has the nice hooves painted in that darker gray or charcoal black, whichever you want to refer to it as. Then he does have his tail back here, also painted well and sculpted very nicely. You can barely even make out the 3 articulated segments in the tail. So that is it for excuse me, the details. Now, the articulation, for the most part, it is what we had at that time, but it's very good. I still think it's very good. The only place where they could have probably improved is ankle articulation, but even then, that doesn't get in the way for me as much. So yeah, you'll see at the end when I do the photo gallery, and you will see like the different poses that you can display him in. And so yeah, let me take this walkie-talkie out of his hands. We'll get into accessories after we do the articulation real quick. So for the articulation, we're gonna start off with the head. So his head is on a double ball peg actually, and it's very effective. He can look all the way up. He can't really look down. He just look, you know, straight ahead. As you can see, he does have your standard swivel. You know, it is, like I said, it's on a double ball peg, so he can look anywhere you need him to look, except maybe down. For the arms, you do have that horizontal range, maybe just a little higher, but yeah. Then he has a bicep cut, and then he does have a single joint at the elbow, and it doesn't go all the way 90 because he has the right hand of doom here, so that's obviously going to get in the way. And you do have the rotation here at the base of it, and then you have, I would assume that this is connected, hopefully that wasn't out of focus this entire time, but it is connected, I think, by a ball joint also. And so that means you can rotate it at the base or you can rotate it at the wrist, whichever you prefer. Oh, and you can rotate at the shoulder also. And the same is on this side. This arm is a little tighter than the one with the right hand of doom for some reason, but you know, same thing follows. Bicep 90 at the elbow, and then he does have a rotation here at the forearm, and then he has like the hinge at the wrist, and you know, up and down rotation on this side. Now when it comes to the torso, however, he does have some swivel, even though if it likes to spring back into place a little bit, he does still have it. Then he has rotation at the waist. Now he can lean back slightly, and then when it comes to going forward, nothing, because the pectorals do bump into uh his top ab. So yeah, there there's nothing we can too much do about that. I am curious if somebody has popped this apart and maybe modded the range on it to see what it could get if you mod it. But considering how much this guy costs and the rarity, I'm not willing to do much to mine and risk messing it up. But for the hips, we just have, you know, T-jointed ball hips. So you do get all the way out. You can't kick all the way forward. You do have your thigh cut right here. And then you have 90 at the knee. And then, like I said, you have nothing at the ankle. But maybe that was because he could be considered top heavy. And then, like, maybe having ankle joints would just, you know, make him tougher to stand. Oh, I almost forgot his tail. Articulated at 3 points. Well, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 3 points. So you have the swivel at all 3 parts of the tail. So, yep. But I don't think the no ankles was just a him thing, though. I did inspect a couple of other figures, and they also didn't have ankle articulation. So I think ankle articulation was something they added down the line. So this was probably like a first wave release or something, and the first wave of figures didn't have the ankles. But I know Abe Sapien has the ankles. I think Cross has the ankles, and a couple of other figures that I can't think of on the top of my head right now, but those are just a few examples. And so now let's get into our accessories. First, we have the horse shoe, and I do see that the 1,000 Toys have it like hung up on his belt, but I haven't really done it. I more so just put it in a bin for safekeeping. Then he comes with this walkie-talkie, and then of course he comes with this handheld gun. Now the thing that I found about this figure is that his hand is made out of a hard plastic. Well, it's that kind of PVC to where it's hard when it's cold, and then once you apply heat to the PVC, it softens up like a rubbery material. Uh, for me to use this accessory, this walkie-talkie, I've had to heat the hand up, and for me to use the pistol, I would have to heat it up again so it goes back into like the trigger finger position. Now I don't know if originally he came with a second hand option where it was meant for him to hold the walkie-talkie, or if Mezco was just expecting him to be able to hold both accessories with this one hand. So if anybody has any information about that, any of the OG collectors that were collecting this line way before I was even self-aware of myself being a living human being, please feel free to enlighten me in the comment section below. So as you saw, I had the walkie-talkie in his head earlier. You just, if you heat up the hand, you pretty much just put it in between the fingers, and then now he can radio somebody whenever he's inspecting something weird. And then for the pistol, because this is being recorded, I am not finna heat the hand up off camera because there are still photos that I want to shoot of him with the walkie-talkie. Please. And then you just put his trigger finger through the gun, and now he's able to fire it. But as you can see, because I have it heated up, the fingers aren't curving around the gun like it should. So yeah, and the gun is also that same material to where it feels like hard plastic, but once you heat it up, it becomes rubbery. So there you go. So I think now we're gonna get into size comparisons. I guess I'll take the gun out of his hand and then just put it back. There we go. And now, like I said, size comparisons. And I think this is more so of a 7-inch line, but you probably can fudge it in with your 1/12 scale figures. So to start everything off, we're going to be using the Nightfall Batman from McFarlane. And as you can see, even with the 7-inch scale, I almost called him Abe. Red is still a big dude compared to Bruce Wayne. Bruce Wayne is about 6'2", and I know Superman is 6'3". So this means that Hellboy would come around to, I want to say maybe about 6'5", maybe 6'6", or maybe even 6'7". So I think this works. Him being taller than Batman, I think it works. And man, they do look pretty fire together. Not even gonna lie. Then we got the Mafex Superman, import 6-inch, stuff here. Thank you X-Men Collections for this Superman again. The bro, the homie, appreciate it very much. You can see how he scales with Superman, this Mafex, and this here is a little too tall. A little bit too much. Then we have the Marvel Legends Vision from the Void Wave, your standard domestic 6-inch figure. The Vulcan body is one of the more taller bodies from Hasbro, so I think this here kind of works. I think Vision is like maybe 6'2", 6'3". I don't know. I don't know his exact height. I just know he's one of the taller Avengers in comic book canon. He's on like the more taller side. And then we have the MezcoToyz Ryu. Yeah, totally too large. He would give old bruh, I can't even think of his name right now. He's the green dude with the ginger colored fur and hair. Hellboy would give dude a run for his money if he's this if he's this huge compared to Ryu. And then we got another one. In keeping with that more mystical side of things, the Build-A-Figure Man-Thing. Thank you to the homie Punisher Animations. Well, he was formerly known as Punisher Animations, but he changed his name to Clankerbait. And so I appreciate this figure, my boy. Much love. And so, as you can see, they are practically the same height, which is crazy. So you can see what you're getting here. And I think that brings us to the end of this video, honestly. And do I recommend this figure? Yeah, if you can track it down for a good price, or if you're able to put it on a payment plan like I was able to, then I would say track one down. Keep in mind that only a few of these figures come with a trench coat. Some versions of him didn't come packed in with a trench coat, so you just get the bare figure. So maybe you will be able to hunt down the 1,000 Toys KO and then get the trench coat off of that one, or hopefully you're able to come across a release that has the trench coat, and so you don't have to go through that extra work, or maybe you can even find a person off of Instagram willing to make you one. Whatever floats your boat is your money at the end of the day. I will be collecting this line. This Hellboy left quite the impression on me, so I am probably gonna get Liz next. I think that she's gonna be like the next figure I get. Either her or Cross. It's gonna be one of those two, but I'm sticking more to Liz because they are best friends in the comics. So I might, I might have to get her next. Either her or Cross. Like I said, I'm not too sure about getting Abe right now because he would be like, he's like anywhere from like 180 to 200. And so jumping into the line directly after Hellboy with a $200 purchase, not too keen on that. So I'm gonna try and start off small with Liz and do like the other figures that aren't that expensive, and then work my way up to having Abe probably be like the last one I get if they're still available from the sources that I've been able to locate them from. So I'm gonna leave this review off with that. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for supporting me. Thank you all, for the love support in general. And I hope you guys stay safe and healthy this year, man. Let's play it safe out there. And yeah, thank you all for the love and support, man. Make sure you like, favorite, comment, and subscribe. And keep your head up, my people. Peace.